Good morning and welcome to the Crush It Trading Show for May 2nd, 2025. Had a exceptional day, absolutely crushed it with some huge swings, $47,000 in the IRA Roth account and a few $100s in my small account that we're building up. But I'm going to get in those trades here today. But it was a freaking phenomenal day, absolutely psychomaniac. And let's get into these trades here. I have some swings going on right now. You can see these up at the top there. Let me pull those up real quick. Where the hell are they? How come you can see them and I can't? All right, there we go. Apple, right? We have Apple. Apple's probably going to get hit this morning. Okay, but I'm going to hang tight, and I'll show you why I'm going to hang tight here on Apple. Let's go over to the daily on Apple real quick. Talk about these swing trades, and I'll show you about the ones that I made the big money on Microsoft yesterday. Go over to the daily here. So I still like Apple to the upside, right? We're getting crazy. We're getting maniac. We do have a downswing coming today, but I'm going to stay in this trade. I have my contracts out to the 30th of May. I'll try to trade around it, but I believe that there is a good chance we are just going to get a dip on Apple and we could move higher. Now, we'll see how it opens up here this morning, right? We'll see how that opens up and see where I'm at and whatnot, and see if we're going to add into this yet or what the scoop is going to be, okay? So that's my Apple trade. The other trade that I made was on Microsoft, and basically using my indicators. You can't see it here, but I do have a morning star, and I had a indicator right in here, and I jumped into this trade on 425. I spent about $7,000 on this trade right here. Held them. I trimmed up here. I think this day here. Yeah, is exactly what I did. So what I did was got into Microsoft here, had a drawdown, which is fine. Took some off the table here, took some profit on Microsoft, took about half of my position, came back down to the 50 SMA, added twice as many back, and the next day was absolutely phenomenal. I think we had earnings this day, and I ended up having an $18,000 run off of this one. This was $7,000 investment, turned into $18,000, so that was pretty cool. I ended up closing this position. We will see. I didn't even hold trailers on it. Microsoft kind of a little bit of sideways down yesterday, but I hit my target. My target was really kind of this area right here. I still got a ways to go, but well, thanks, Alexa, but I wasn't asking for help. Anyways, so I do have a little bit to go on that, but I don't want to play with it. I just want to take the money and run. And the next swing that I was in, which was Tesla. Let's go to Tesla real quick. Find it here. I did take some profits. I'm probably going to be break even still roughly on this one here. I'm hanging on to Tesla. We got some good news coming out too. I think about the what is that called? The automatic driving, self-driving. I don't really listen to the news at all, but so here's Tesla. Looking for a break here on Tesla. We're still trying to break that 200 days, so I think we're going to break it. We have some nice consolidation here, and to me, this looks like it's getting ready to reverse. If anything, my target on Tesla is the 100-day, roughly, once we break that 200. Now, once we break the 200, you got about a 90% chance of hitting the 100. And on the downside, once you break that 100-day, you got about a 90% chance of hitting the 200. So these are good swings. If you're looking for some longer swings, watch to see if we get those breaks of the 100 and the 200-day, because rarely do we break it and not bust through to the other moving average. So I'm kind of sitting tight, waiting on Tesla at this point here too. I also trimmed a little bit, and then I added back again, so I do have some profits out of Tesla. And then Coin, same thing. I took some profits on Coin, re-added to Coin. I'm going to look at Coin again. Let's see. Let's put Coin up here. If I can find it. There we go. Did get a morning start on Coin down here. We had some nice arrows. We broke the 50 SMA. We retested it. So what I did on Coin here was when I got into coin, took some profits, added back into coin, and now I am sitting a little bit red on it. These are May 30th contracts, about break even, $83, not a lot. Actually, I'm down to 2 contracts. I was up on that yesterday is when I trimmed most of those, and now I'm down to 2. Looking for a possible re-add on coin because we're above the 50. Once again, I think we got a big target. I'm looking for a 200-day hit. So if we can get above the 205, 50-ish level here, maybe retest it and get a move to the 200-day, I'll hang on to coin until we possibly get up to that level. Meta. I just took 1 contract on Meta. Kind of started to see what's playing out here. So we did break the 200. We did pull back below the 200 again. Kind of surprised. But we'll see how this plays out. And once again, I'm trying to play Meta up to the 100-day. And we'll see what happens. If we get a nice retest or break above that 200-day today, I might add to the position, hopefully. And we'll see what happens. But I'm very small on Meta. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm not overly confident. That's why I only got 1 contract on it. And then the other one is Amazon. Did I show you Amazon yet? So we have a swing on Amazon. Same thing. Looking for a break of the 50 SMA to the 200. So this is what I just call this like a short swing, right? I have everything I need here. I got my crazies going on. I got the Morning Stars. We do have a Psychomaniac system, right, for trading these. And I do have what I call the Psycho Bull, right? New name. Psycho Bull. You can't see it on here. I took the arrows off, but we have 2 days ago, we got this gap up and decided, gap and go. I decided that I would take a couple contracts on Amazon to see if we can get this move up to at least the 200-day. Once again, those go out till May 30th. And I think that's all I have. Oh, I have Netflix too. Let's talk about Netflix really quick. And I might be half-assed backwards on this one, but this is my plan. Right, NFLX, and we'll get into today's trades here, or yesterday's trades also. Here it is. So I got the impulsive crush it zone in. We're getting our maniac symbols, which usually means add, and we'll see what happens. I do have, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 green days in a row. I mean, come on. I took Tesla to the downside this day here, and you can see we got all the way back down to the 0 line in the impulsive crush it zone. So I did fairly well on this Netflix. A little bit spendy, but I did fairly well a few days ago on Netflix and decided, we got kind of high here. I started another starting position. I'm waiting to see if we get into the crush it zone here, and then I'm looking for a move to the downside, okay? If you are looking to see a red candle first, you might be too late because once you have that red candle, that's a big trade. Now, to show you, I want to show you something here on this. So just this little move right here, right? This little move right here on Netflix from here to here, right? And just, I think it was like 5 contracts, $5,000 or something like that. That was like a $10,000 move, $15,000 move or something like that. Just on that one day. So, yeah, you can get a red candle, but here's the thing. If I get up in here and I'm waiting for that one red candle that comes back and retests the crush it zone, and then she zooms up again, it's got some strength. So I play a little bit differently. This is just how I roll, right? This is just how I roll. I got the money to spend, and so what I'm looking at is getting in early here, looking to get into this crush it zone, and I'm anticipating the red candle. Like I'm anticipating an engulfing red candle would be awesome, but I'm anticipating some kind of red candle, and I just have 2 contracts that are worth $5,800 that they go out till the 30th of May, and right now they're up $246, right? And if we look at Netflix now, it was down at the close yesterday, but now it's up again. So, which is fine. It doesn't scare me, but that's just how I play it. Now, you might play it differently. I got some other things. I'm waiting for a crazy symbol. So what I think is going to happen is we're going to get into this. This is the impulsive crush it zone. If you know anything about the impulsive crush it zone, I mean, you got a high 80%, low 90% chance that when we hit this crush it zone, you're going to get a pullback. If it has extreme strength, we're going to hit the 2.0. Okay. Either way, I'll be set for the position. If I need to stop myself out, I'll stop myself out. Not a big deal. I don't care. All right, let's get into yesterday's trades. Let's talk about Coin. There it is, Coin. Nice play on Coin. I can't remember who took this one. Sorry, my fib levels have disappeared because we're on a new day. But you can see we got a nice move. Now, we didn't quite get to the crush it zone. This is where you have to have human intelligence because you have the previous day high right here. So we get in here, and I do believe that we do have some kind of crazy symbols in here. And let me see if I can put those in here for you real quick. And let's see if that shows up. It does show up, actually. There it is. There's the crazy symbol right there. Look at that. So we're at the crush it zone. You're down here. You get the crazy symbol. It means, hey, jump into the trade. High probability. You got a $5.79 move on Coin. From what I seen yesterday, I got a little bit of an IV crush type deal on. I think that was yesterday, but those paid pretty well. Looking over here on the 10-second. I can't remember. Any of you guys take Coin yesterday? Or thought about it? We didn't quite get there, right? Like I said, we didn't quite get there. But this previous day high right here was everything we needed with the crazy symbol. We got the MACDs crossing over. You got the fast lane and the slow lane. I talk about the slow lane right here. We get this crossover. So we got a nice move to the upside on Coin. I mean, there's nothing else to say. It's a crush it zone. It's a crush it trading strategy. It's a get up and go strategy. There's not a lot of thought that goes into this, right? You just put your levels in there and you wait for it to happen. You know, you get your indicators and boom, we're in the trade. And here's the thing is you got to know where to scale, right? So we're going to be scaling, at $3, I think it is, which is about the zero line for Coin. So we take half the median, which means we have about a 75% chance of getting to the zero line. There's $3.17. That is a 75% chance off the crush it zone to the zero line on Coin. Okay. NVIDIA, I don't think we really had too much going on in NVIDIA. Did we? Oh, no, we did have a trade on NVIDIA. It was later. I was gone for the day. Let's see here. I was gone. See if we can get this one in here. Amir, you took this one here. No Country for Old Men. Copy, paste. Boom, there it is. You know, we get a crazy bear on this too. So let me get rid of this here. We don't need that. Look at this nice move right here. Okay, let's put in some studies right here. Let's see if we get anything off of this. Right, we do get a crazy off of it. Anybody in here crazy psychomaniac? Look at those crazies we have up here. Okay, so these are pretty decent. There it is. Right, there it is right there at the crush it zone. Symbols are a little far away. They're usually supposed to be right above the candle, but you can't ask for a better setup right there, you guys. It's just easy peasy. There it is. We're at the zone. Your indicators show up and bam, there it is, all the way down to the zero line. And this is roughly a $1.50 move. And if you know anything about NVIDIA, right? If you're keeping track, if you got your data sheets, does anybody know what the median run on NVIDIA is? See how well you guys are keeping track of your data. NVIDIA, in April, the median run was $2.14 is what I have. And so half of $2.14 is about $1.07. And this is, what was this here? About $1.30, $1.38. So there it is. You know, you got about a 70% chance for a move down to the zero line. See how that works, you guys? We're going to go over this a little bit later. Once the stream ends here, we're going to go over and talk about when you're scaling and how you're managing this trade. Okay. You got that? So let's go on to Meta real quick here. I think we had a trade on Meta. Meta came close to the crush it zone. Right, let's switch over to the watch list real quick here. I think that might be easier for me to show you. Here's Meta. We didn't quite get to the crush it zone. We got close. We didn't get a trade on that one. Here we have MSTR. We had two really nice zone trades here. I took the first one. I think a couple of you took the second one. Greg did fairly well on this one here. A couple of you guys missed the trade, but not a big deal, right? We have QQQ, crazy symbols going off at the zone. So you can see when QQQs hit the zone right here, look at that nice bounce, that nice move up. And at the same time, you have MSTR moving up. So you have some really good confluence there with the Qs. We have Coin, which we already went over. Tesla didn't really have a play, but we were getting the indicators showing us. Now, when you get too many indicators in here, it's a little choppy. That means we're kind of consolidated. The bigger trends, the bigger moves are going to have less indicators at the crush it zones. But we're still waiting for Tesla to break that 200-day. And then we have this one here in NVIDIA. So anyways, so that's what we got, you guys. $47,000 on that Microsoft, or with the Meta trade yesterday and with the Microsoft move and all of that stuff. We really had a good day yesterday. So I don't know. I'm not going to really be trying to push the limits again today, but if I get the setups, I'm not going to be afraid to take them at all. I'm not afraid, to take the trade, right? So if you're interested in learning the crush it trading method, the strategy, if you want to get crazy and be a psychomaniac, you need to come check out the room, 7 days for free. And you can watch me trade live. I'm putting all the numbers up there so you can see them. And you can learn how to be a consistently green trader. All right. You guys take care, and we will see you.